Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So this channel, Everyday Data Science, is all about trying to learn the different concepts in law and data science by practicing a lot of questions. In this video, I'm going to solve this question on Stratascratch regarding finding updated records, both firstly in Python and then in MySQL, and try to walk you through how we can develop solutions in both of these and like what is the connection of the code between these two coding languages, right? Okay, so this question has been asked in Microsoft interviews and the difficulty level of this question is easy. Okay, let's jump right in. We have a table with employees and their salaries. However, some of the records are old and contain outdated salary information. Find the current salary of each employee assuming that the salaries increase each year. Output their ID, first name, last name, department ID and current salary. Order your list by employee ID in the ascending order. So basically what this means is there is a data frame called MS employee salary. So like every year it gets updated, but the old one does not get replaced or deleted, right? So new salary just keep on adding in that table. So we need to find the current salary, that is the maximum salary. Why it is going to be maximum salary? Because it says the salaries increase each year, right? Okay, so that is what we need to do. The expected output is a data frame. So let's say what is the expected output look like. Okay, so this is like first name, last name, different departments and their salary, right? Okay, so this looks good. Let's see what all columns does this table have. Okay, so let me run this. Dot head gives the first 5 rows of this data frame. So you have first name, last name, salary, department, right? And if you see like for example Todd, right? So the previous salary was this much, and then the newest or the most latest salary at least in these 5 row is 110k, right? Similarly for Justin, Kelly, etc, etc, right? So what do we need to do in this case? Okay, so what we need to do is firstly we need to sort by ID in ascending order and then salary in descending manner. So for each ID, right? So basically for each person we need to find the maximum salary. So what do we need to do is ms underscore employee underscore salary. We need to firstly sort by, right? So sort values by, then you need to provide a list of columns that you need to sort it by. So ID, so firstly you take the ID and then what you do is you take the salary column, right? And then you need to provide like whether one should be in ascending order, other should be in descending order, etc. So yeah, because if you say order your list by employee ID in ascending order, so you can take care of that in this case as well. And you need the maximum salary, right? Basically the current salary. So current salary is always going to be the maximum because salaries increase each year, right? So you write ascending, and then here also you can provide a list, right? So you can write, so obviously yes, in ascending order by ID, so you can write true, but in descending order by salary, so you can write false, right? Okay, so once you sort the values, then what you can do is now you have what? So ID and then salary maximum and next one like decreasing manner, right? Similarly for Justin, so this will come up, this will go down, and similarly if there are any other salaries, it will arrange like that. Okay, so yeah, once we have this, then what we are doing is we are doing group by, right? Group by, and then for each of the group, right? So each of the persons you need the maximum salary, so you group by ID, right? And then what you need to do for each of the groups, since you already arranged by salary in descending manner, so if you take the first value from each of the group, right? And the groups are of each ID, right? So if you take the first value from each of the group, then what is that going to be? That is going to be the maximum salary. And what is the maximum salary? It is the current salary, right? So that is what we do first, right? Okay, now let me run this. This is not yet complete, but let me run this. What do we get? So here, if you see, you have first name, last name, salary and department. So you are getting the maximum salary of each one of them, right? But you are not getting what? You are not getting the ID column, right? Because if in the expected output, you need the ID column. And if you remember from the previous video, since you group by, like whatever thing you are grouping by, that becomes the new index, right? So to, let go of that new index, what do you need to do? You need to do reset index. So you need to write reset index. Okay, let me run this. Okay, so now you have everything in the way that you need, right? So you everything is good. Okay, one another thing here, you have ID, first name, last name, department ID and salary. Now your output needs somewhat a change because your department ID should be before this column, right? So what do we need to do is, what we can do is we can simply store this in a data frame called df, and then simply write, df, and then provide the list in the order that we require, right? So ID, then first name, then last name, then it should be department ID, right? And then it should be salary, right? Okay, so now if I run this, we are going to get the values in the way that we want, right? Or that is expected output, right? And we have that. Let me go ahead and submit it to see what happens. Okay, so this looks good. Everything is in green, so not an issue. So yeah, this is how we do this in Python. Let me switch over to MySQL and let's see what we can do in MySQL. Okay, so let's run the basic query, right? Select star from this table called MS employee salary. So it is going to be basically the same stuff, right? So you have the same stuff, same values as before, nothing is new. Right now, what do we need to do in MySQL? What we can do is we can use the window function, right? So what we can do is from this table, we can find out, okay, partition by the ID, arrange by salary in decreasing manner, then assign the ranks, right? And then save that in a common table expression. And from that common table expression, wherever your rank is equal to 1, so that is basically the maximum value, and maximum is current, right? Again, coming back to this because salaries keep on increasing each year. So, and you return the specified columns, right? So we can do this. So what I'm saying is, from this table called MS employee salary, you keep everything, and then what we can do is we can use a window function, right? So you need to use a window function. So you write over clause, then what we are doing is partition by, then we are partitioning by ID, then order by salary in decreasing manner, right? So once you do this, what you are doing is basically you need to rank, right? So how can you rank? There are 3 ways to rank: row number, rank, dense rank. What can you use in this case? You can any of the 3. Why? Because if you look at it, right, since the salaries keep on increasing every year, right? So for one particular person, right, you are not going to have a reputation. However, if there was a repetition allowed, right, so you need to be careful while using rank or dense rank, right? So the best way to do this is row numbers to make our solution as generalized as possible, right? Row number. Did you get why can't we use, or like why it would be difficult to use rank or dense rank? Let me know in the comment section if there is repetition allowed. Even if you want to use that, what is the change that you will need to make in the final code so that you are not being returned duplicates, right? So you row number, you rank this, and let's write this as ranks, right? Let me run this. Okay, so let's see what we are getting. Okay, so if you see here, this should be rank 1, this should be rank 2, this should be rank 1, this should be rank 2, right? Only one, so 1 rank 1 rank 2, right? So if you look at it, rank 1 rank 2 rank 1 rank 2, right? So you have this. So obviously the ones are basically ones, that is our most current because that is the maximum part. So what we can do is, let's store this in a common table expression. So with CTE as, this entire thing goes in parentheses, and now what we are doing is, from this common table expression, wherever your ranks is equal to 1, right, so that is the maximum part. So what do? You return the ID column, first name column, last name column, right? The expected output is first name column, last name column, and then department ID and max. Department ID, right? Department ID, and then you need to return the salary as aliased as max, right? So salary aliased as max, right? Because that is the expected output if you look at it. Okay, so this looks good. Let me go ahead and run this to see what happens. So yeah, we have for different people, the maximum one, that is the current values, right? So you have in the required expected output as well. Let me go ahead and submit it to see if it passes all the test cases. So yep, this passes all the test cases, and this is how we do it. Okay, so everything looks green, right? So, and yeah, this is how we do it. Okay, let me know in the comment section if there is a better way or a more efficient way to solve this, either using MySQL or using or Python, right? Also, there is one another method in Python which we can use rank, but it is somewhat tricky to understand because their ranking is done in a very different way. If you want very one-to-one reference between MySQL and Python, so like how can you do this partitioning bys and all that in Python, so you need to use the rank method, but it is somewhat tricky to understand. And if you can do that already, put the solution in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video.